Dogecoin holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Let's analyze and take a look at what's happening with Dogecoin as we are going into Tuesday morning. Thank you, for the amazing support on the last update. You guys enjoyed it a lot. The support was amazing. Again, continue supporting, and every other day I will give you guys Dogecoin updates because I cannot squeeze all these updates at once for you guys, but I think every other day it does make sense. Do let me know in the comments, of course, or smash that like button to let me know that you are interested in that scheduling. So looking across the board, as we are going into Tuesday morning, we're seeing red across the market, and that is due to specifically what has happened to Bitcoin over the course of the last few hours, which of course we will kind of go into detail as I pull out the charts. But looking at Dogecoin's price right now, Dogecoin is down about 3.7% in USD, and also we're down about 1.7% in Bitcoin comparative right now. Price is at 22.5 cents, valuation at 33.8 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $2.2 billion. So since our last update, we can see that we have seen about a $1.3 billion valuation being decreased from the market cap. But anyhow, before we get into any further, though, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So the valuation right now for the broader Memecoin market is at $76.6 billion. But I want you guys to notice a very similar pattern playing out over the last 24 hours. You can pretty much see majority, I would say 99% of the market is down right now over the course of the last 24 hours. And some seeing actually double-digit drop too. But if you're looking at Dogecoin, the leader of the Memecoin market is down about 3.8%, but also is up 10% in the last 7 days. So it's holding better than a lot of people are projecting. So again, these are takeaways that you don't want to be neglecting. But if you're looking at the dominance index here, after breaking out to the 61% mark, slowly but surely, gradually making our way back towards the downside. But you really want to drop below the 60.42% mark, which of course is our July lows. Of course, I've talked to you guys about this countless of times. This is a very important level to be below, because as long as we're below this range, it pretty much opens the door for us to start retesting the 59.6% or even lower, which of course is a positive thing for altcoins and meme coins. Obviously going into this upcoming as we go further into this week. But of course, do expect volatility as CPI numbers are coming. And that does tend to kind of shake out the markets. The market does tend to react or into anticipation for that. And we're seeing that happening right now in front of us as well. Because if you look at this, BT was sitting at $122,000. Since then, we have seen about a 4% pullback. Again, I think sums that up. And if you're looking at the futures numbers as well, we have seen major liquidation. So again, market makers are really going to step in during these times. And this is where you don't want to be using leverage positions. Or as you guys know, on my channel, I'm totally against leverage trading. So, stay away from leverage trading in general. Spot buy, if you've done your due diligence research, then invest where you, obviously, and you're looking to invest where you can afford to lose, then spot purchase. Those are the best way in actually holding your coins rather than, going into that future market, which I'm not a fan of, and I will never promote that, as you guys know. But looking at Dogecoin's price right now, we are being supported by our key resistance. Now that resistance is playing as a support for us. So time and time out, I've talked to you guys about this exact level, and this exact level is showing us time and time out how important this range really is. You can clearly see for yourself going up to the 24.5 cents where we were just not too long ago. Since then, we have seen a retracement of about 10%. So 10% pullback, but look where we have seen a bounce from. That exact key line that I have drawn for you guys around 22.2 cents. So again, time and time out, we've discussed this range. It's obviously kind of dating back to even the 2021 levels, and this was a major resistance for us when we were below it. But now that resistance is really showing us, because of course, when you break above that resistance, then that does tend to turn into support, and you need to look for confirmations. And again, this is a confirmation right in front of us. But we're still in the we're still in the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. That's something we want to kind of take away from this. We still have not left the 78.6 Fib zone. You really want to see the price of Doge getting into the 61.8, because this is where the fun really begins, in my opinion. And as of now, we haven't retested that since February of this year. But so far, so good. Still holding really nicely. I am still targeting the 61.8 to be retested, but we want to pay very close attention to Bitcoin right now as you go further into Tuesday, and of course as we are going further into the week. Very important week. Let's see, how the CPI numbers come out, and of course how we do see the job numbers also come out. Of course that's going to have an impact on the broader market, but I'll keep you guys covered. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button, come join the Crypto ZX army, and I will see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.